welcome to the Lego Camden Yards update for September of 2016. I've got more than 1,000 bricks to add this month, so it's going to be a pretty big update. But before I get to any of that, I just wanted to talk, as I do every month, start by talking about how the Orioles are playing. So I'm filming this on Saturday, August 27th. And prior to the games today, their record is currently 70 wins and 58 losses, which on paper doesn't look like it's that bad, but they've been playing some pretty bad baseball lately, and as a result, they've fallen out of first place in the American League East, and with some other teams playing well in the wild card race, they're starting to find themselves on the edge of that. The Royals are playing good baseball, the Tigers got hot, the Yankees are playing good baseball even, so it's like there's I think 5 teams within 3.5 games of that second wild card spot. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little concerned. I ended last month, or I talked in last month's video about them, I made a complaint I guess about them not making any trades, and then right after I filmed that video, the day of I think, they went out and got Wade Miley, which is kind of an interesting trade because they needed help pitching, but I was concerned. As soon as I saw that trade, I was like, I don't know about that ERA, pretty high at Safeco Field, and my concerns so far have been justified. He's given up a ton of runs, and even in the games when he's pitched okay, they've struggled offensively. So like the other night, they beat the Nationals, but it was a blowout game that turned into a save situation, which really should never happen. So the other trade they made was for Steve Pearce. Many of you remember Steve Pearce from their 2014 ALCS run, in which they lost to the Royals. And not that you can pin any loss on one person, but he came up in a lot of key situations in that series with guys on base and couldn't deliver. So, you know, no knock on Steve. I'm sure he's a great guy, but I'm not overly excited, or I wasn't overly excited about him coming back, and he also has been kind of, you know, par for the course. I actually don't think I've seen him get a hit yet. Admittedly, I haven't watched as many games this month as I did in months prior, but it is what it is. The other thing that has me kind of concerned at this point is some key injuries have happened. It started with Darren O'Day in the bullpen. He was injured, then he came back for a couple appearances, and then he was injured again. So that hurts. I mean, him, Brock, and Britton in the bullpen have been so key. So got to find a way to replace that. And then just this week, Chris Tillman went on the disabled list with a shoulder injury. I know he's been kind of struggling lately, so hopefully he can get his situation figured out prior to coming back and can do well with whatever remaining starts he has left in the season. But the big one was last night during the Yankees game. Adam Jones now has a hamstring injury. So, you know, all of these things are happening at a really bad time. The team was kind of scuffling. They won 3 out of 4 from the Nationals, but before that they were really struggling, and I don't think these injuries are going to help. So, some things to kind of keep an eye on. This team, ultimately, like I said, this team is an enigma to me. Like, I watch them play sometimes and I'm like, gosh, how are they so bad? Like, they made 3 errors in the baseball game last night. They allowed the Yankees to score 14 runs. Nothing against the Yankees. I'm sure they're playing better baseball with their young guys, but it's just like, how do you win 3 out of 4 from a National League contender? A lot of people pick them to threaten the Cubs, be the biggest threat to the Cubs for the National League title. And then, you know, you go up and get beat on. I mean, just totally destroyed, 14-4. That's terrible with 3 errors. So yeah, so I don't know. You know, at this point, this team could turn it around completely. By the time I upload this video, they may be back in first place in the American League, or they may be completely out of it. I mean, if they continue to lose, if they lose 2 more to the Yankees, and the Yankees get back in the hunt, who knows? I mean, it'll be exciting. I hope that at the end of the day, it's not frustrating. So, enough about the Orioles. And I know the people that are interested in Lego probably don't care about the Orioles, but so let's talk about the Camden Yards update for this month. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, very big update. I have over 1,000 bricks to add. I know that will shoot me well past the 18,000 brick mark and put me into the 19,000 brick range, over 19,000 bricks. I'll get you an exact total like I do every month at the end of the video. But so the breakdown this month is this. I have 25 of these 4x4 reddish brown plates. And with that, I think I'll have enough to fill in some of the gaps completely of the field level of the stadium. You know, some of these pieces go under, you'll never even see the color, but I'll have enough to finish that out. I have 40, that's 40 of these 4x4 light bluish gray plates to add. These go around the perimeter to match up with the gray, the light bluish gray bricks that I use. I think 40 is enough to complete those pieces, so I'll never need any more of these pieces on the project once I'm done. So two pieces that are going to get me finished with those particular types of bricks, which is exciting. Then I have 480 of these 2x4 bright orange bricks that go in the racetrack pattern I've talked about before. I'm not sure how many more I'll need after that, but this should get me close to being done there also. So we'll go ahead and add those. And then last but not least, I've got my hands on 500 of these 2x4 light bluish gray bricks that make up the so-called base of the stadium. So that's how they're going to break down. Like I said, it's a huge update. I'm very excited. I'm continuing, and I know I say this every month, but I'm continuing to close in on completing the base, which is exciting because then I can move on to some of the more fun stuff like the large scoreboard out in center field, the warehouse, you know, maybe some things to go along with the warehouse. I don't want to spoil too much about that, but I get more and more excited the closer I get to starting some of those more fun aspects of the stadium rather than just the monotony of building base after base after base. So we're getting there, getting closer and closer. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to the actual addition of the bricks portion of the video. And I noticed last month I said I would check in at the end of the video, and I never did. So I'm just going to say goodbye for now. As always, thanks for watching this video. Enjoy the music and the addition of bricks.